Hi everyone, my name is Gustavo Ramos and I will introduce you to uSound, a mobile application that emulates the functionality of a hearing aid for hearing impaired people. This is the problem. Unfortunately, only 1 in 40 people with hearing impairments in the world can access to a hearing aid. This is a number of hearing impaired people in the world, around 10% of the global population, and only 3% of global demand can be satisfied by hearing aid manufacturers. This is an annual market of $5 billion, and the rest, 97%, can be satisfied by uSound. So how it works, uSound? uSound captures the audio through the microphone of the smartphone, analyzes the audio, and compensates frequencies to the exact hearing level of the user, and reproduce the audio through standard headphones or Bluetooth headphones like this. This is an example of how it can be used in academic field. Also have a media player that reproduces the audio to the exact hearing level of the user. And this is our business model. We call it uSound 1 by 1. The user can download the app and prove it for 30 days. After that, can pay an annual license of $30. And the most important, we donate another license for every license that people purchase. Also, people without a hearing impairment can donate licenses through our website. About traction, since we launched in May 15, we have more than 14,000 organic downloads. These are some numbers of use of uSound. And this is a comparison with our competitors. This is a digital hearing aid valued between $2,000 and $5,000. uSound have a cost of $30 per year. This is 98% cheaper than competitors. These are our investors, Wire and Startup Chile. And this is a table with the potential markets divided into regions for the next years, and our objective market. As objectives, we will be the leader in hearing health application markets, give to the people with hearing impairments the possibility to a better hearing experience. And this is some projections of downloads and paid licenses for the next years. And we are looking for $200,000 dollars to reach our objective for the first year, 10,000 licenses. This is our team. We are 4 co-founders, and the rest of the team working with us. This is our first advisor, Facundo Garretón, CIO and founder of Invertir Online. That's all. Thank you very much.
Every year is different in agriculture. Production oscillates depending on how much it rains, how hot the summer is, how cold the winter is, etc. All of these factors are beyond the human control. So farmers have to adapt to each year's circumstances. This chart shows the variation of rainfall in the central region of Chile. Notice that the variation doesn't display a regular pattern and does not give you the opportunity to preview how it will be. This becomes a very big problem in terms of investment. This is the Langstroth beehive, the most popular beehive in the market. It's primarily made of wood, a strong and easy available material, but it's really bad in terms of duration and is impossible to adapt, which makes it adaptable only through makeshift solutions. This is the current hygiene issues. The wood tends to rot in a year and a half and grows mushrooms and fungi. This is unacceptable for fruit business. The Langstroth beehive produces around 25 kilos per box. And in a good year, if you want to produce more, you need to buy more beehives, or accept that it's a lot of flora that you're not taking advantage of. But in a bad year, you will probably have most of your beehives stored using a lot of space. What we have designed is a product that offers an adaptable level of production. It lets you take advantage from the years with a lot of resources and the bad years too. With its different configurations, like the regular one queen beehive that produces the same amount as the Langstroth beehive, or the double queen beehive, which produces 50% more of honey as well as bees. It has different configurations and also in storage reduces its size in 1/5 of its original size. It produces 50% more of bees, so it's great for pollination. This is our prototype and has been tested in Peñaflor. In Peñaflor, they like it just because the square shape is optimized the work of the bees, and also the material is great for outdoor conditions. This is our team, and we are going to make new bonds with clients with different symposium meetings and first congresses, so we let us know to the other people. We're going to produce 200 prototypes, which we're going to lend to different beekeepers so they know our product. We launched it in a fair in Temuco in the National Symposium, and we have been appearing in different media. We know that it's about 28.5 billion of beehives declared in the United States, our main market. We know that if we produce around 5,000 units, we can reach a price in production of $5, and we can sell it in the United States for $150 each. But the reality now in Chile is that we can produce it for $40 and sell it at $70. That's why we need $180,000 to reach the US market. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Matteo Ruina, and I am the CTO and co-founder of Arcon. This is a 2.4 megawatt photovoltaic installation in Italy. It is protected by a security company, which is paid $30,000 per year to install and operate security camera and sensors on the perimeter. Every time there is an alarm, they send a patrol to check. Most of the time, it's a false alarm. A wind or an animal activated the sophisticated sensor. But when the alarm is real, it's already late. The patrol usually is late to catch the copper thieves. The damage is already done. This is our first business opportunity, because only in Europe we have thousands of security companies, everyone manages hundreds of solar installations, all with the same problem. Our solutions allow security companies to eliminate false alarms and to provide faster response to real alarms. Arcon is an integrated system with drones, hardware station, and the software able to optimize the flight of a fleet of drones. Drones, we don't build them, we just buy the best in the market. Our hardware station is the key to have 24/7 operations, and our software is able to manage the flight of the drones and optimize their path. So, when an alarm triggers, the drones automatically fly in the area, providing to the security room the real-time images they need. Our business model is a multi-year operation contract with the security companies. This will allow them to save money from day one and will allow us to become profitable from the second year. This is not our only application, because we want to completely reshape the video surveillance market with new drone technologies. It's a $25 billion market, and we want to become the best possible choice, not only for the security in the solar power plant, but also for mining, chemical and pharmaceutical industries, power grid. Every time you have duties of monitoring, surveillance, performed today by humans in a very inefficient, expensive, and even dangerous way. These days, there are a lot of drone companies, and we are aware that some of them are trying to create autonomous operation. But We are the only one drone vendor independent, and we are the only one completely focused on writing the software for video surveillance purpose with multi-drones operations. To do that, we have a very strong team with people working at NASA and Boeing, Singularity alumni, former entrepreneur in the solar business, master degree in mathematics, physics, engineer, aerospace, and business. Together, we created our precise landing system, the 3D environment where we plan the missions before execute them in the real world. Now we are writing our optimization algorithm for the fly, and we are going to add the wireless recharging module to our landing station. With these technologies, we were able to raise more than $100,000 in grant, and after start at Chile, we are going to do our first pilot test on the field with the security company in Italy. After that, our idea is to scale up. We want to improve the number of our customers, optimize our system, and enlarge our team, because our goal, the final object, is to be able to target high-value enterprise companies like oil and gas and mining, hopefully in Chile. This is Arcon, and this is where you can find us. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Cristobal Cortés. I work in Cryosite. Cryosite, it's quite different from many other startup ventures, as we are closely related with the aquaculture industry. We are a team of professionals from different areas of science, aquaculture, and business, some of them with backgrounds in universities such as Harvard, Stanford, and the MIT. From a business perspective, we are connected with the largest and highest value aquaculture industries, such as salmon, trout, shrimp, and tilapia. And from a research and development perspective, we are connected with the world's leading experts in human and marine species embryo cryopreservation. Aquaculture is in a tidal wave. As a matter of fact, aquaculture is the fastest growing sector in agriculture and food production. And it's already a very large industry. As the world population continues to grow, so does the demand for food. The seas are being emptied of fish at an alarming rate. And as the wild fish population decreases, fish farming is on the rise. In 2012, more fish was grown than caught. And in 2013, more fish was grown than cattle. But there's a single key barrier limiting the industry. For most species, fish eggs, a key input for fish production, are only spawned during fixed natural cycles. A clear example of this is the salmon cycle, that, as you might know, they only reproduce once a year and they die afterwards. This leads to a cyclical utilization of farms and an underproduction by up to 40% of capacity. Cryosite will provide a service of freezing excess eggs during natural spawning cycles, store them, and then shipping them back to the farms, allowing the farms to be fully utilized year-round. This way, farmers can produce more fish at lower costs. During the past 4 months, we have made significant progress, and we believe we are walking in the right direction. We won a Founder.org grant, and we were selected as one of the top 10 teams from out 1,000 globally. We already filed a provisional patent on our freezing technology and techniques. And we have also successfully conducted experiments on tuna eggs in the only yellowfin tuna hatchery in the world that is located in Panama. Currently, we're working in Region 9 here in Chile with a salmon and trout egg producer to understand how our technology can be applied to existing operations. We have also been talking with the major players in the Chilean industry, in the salmon Chilean industry, and the technology was accepted as a potentially advantageous alternative to current out-of-season production. So now we are looking forward to engage larger grants, but in the short term, our next steps are seeing the results from our trials here in Chile, applying for larger grants, and hopefully make bigger trials by 2015. Thank you very much for your time.
Hi, my name is Maria and I'm the co-founder of HM Solution. Have you ever wondered if the water we're drinking is safe? I made myself this question and I discovered that more than 60 contaminants can be found in tap water, groundwater, and even bottled water, and arsenic is the most toxic one. In the world, 150 million people are consuming arsenic-contaminated water every day. The ingestion of this chemical, even in small doses, can produce cancer, malformations on children, and diabetes. Through our customer interviews to more than 100 homeowners and 25 water suppliers and engineering companies, we have identified that water suppliers desperately need a cost-effective solution for arsenic water treatment, as they must comply with the arsenic concentration standard. There are 4 technologies available in the market: conventional filtration system, reverse osmosis, ion exchange, and absorption technologies. Water suppliers prefer absorption technologies because it's a more stable process. These are some of the companies that provide these technologies in Chile. However, none of these systems can remove the 2 types of arsenic present in the water. Therefore, they need addition of chemicals. And they also utilize expensive membranes, toxic resins, or filtering media that has to be replaced every 6 months. Additionally, some of these systems generate large amounts of waste that has to be retreated, causing expensive waste management costs. While I was studying at Brown University, I discovered a new technology to remove arsenic and heavy metals from drinking water. Our technology constantly generates particles which absorb arsenic and the heavy metals, and a sand filter will trap these particles, and the filter will be cleaned through an automatic backwash every month. The waste can be safely disposed in landfills, and we're in the process of filing a patent in Chile. Our technology has superior performance. Unlike other technologies, we can remove the 2 types of arsenic. It doesn't require filter replacement up to 5 years. It doesn't require pH adjustment, and it doesn't use any chemicals. Compared to absorption technologies, our operational cost is 11 times lower. Our initial sales will come from pilots we will install in 4 different markets. Then we will start selling through engineering companies. And our system will be priced at $30,000 for a flow rate of 1 liter per second. And the margin is 40%. The global potable water filtration market is $25 billion, growing at 5% per year. Our entry market is Chile, with the market size is $200 million per year. Our team brings the right combination of knowledge of technology, business, and international market to succeed. HM Solution has received some initial grants from the NCAA, Brown University, and Startup Chile that we have used to develop 3 prototypes so far. We partner with the Center of Technological Development from Universidad de Concepción, where we have performed 100 laboratory testing. Last month, we were accepted in the largest cleantech accelerator in the world. Our next goal is to field test our prototype, and Novagua, as a water supplier, has already agreed for us to install our pilot in their facilities. We need $250,000 to build it, perform the testing, and grow our team. So support us, and we will have the water providers to bring safe water to your homes. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Elliot, and today I'm going to talk to you about PrimeList. Last year, there were more than 18 million independent workers in the USA. In 6 years from now, 2020, there'll be more than half of the US population with some level of freelancing experience in their lives. So clearly, freelancing is a trend that can no longer be ignored. And it's not only in the United States, but also a global phenomenon. For all of these people, current and future, people thinking of moving freelance, getting found remains crucial, but it's still very difficult. What that means on the recruiting end of things, for us entrepreneurs recruiting people or small businesses, is that it's extremely hard to find people as well. So you might look at LinkedIn, for example, I'm looking for a machine learning developer for my startup. I find this guy, he looks interesting, has the right profile. Darn it, third level connection, I don't have in-mail credit, I can't contact him. So I look a bit further, find this guy, second level connection. Day 1, I send him an invitation to connect. In day 3, he finally gets back to me, says he's accepted, I send him a message. And then day 5, he gets back to me and says, sorry, bro. You know, in the first place, I was actually not interested in freelancing gigs. The time I've wasted. Other platforms are better at signaling, like Keylance and Odesk and traditional marketplaces. But how many of us young professionals are comfortable with exposing ourselves and saying, hello world, this is me, this is my face, I'm worth $50 an hour. This creates a negative selection bias where the very best people you might know as independent workers don't want to put themselves on websites like these. And for recruiters, the experience is extremely high friction. You have to sign up, get a new account. Once you're in, you have to use their own system to communicate with people because they're commission-based, they're control freaks. What if there was one platform that had clear signaling, that made it easy for anybody to contact any freelancer, and that allowed you to operate freely? Where is the yellow pages for independent workers, basically? We've created it. It's called Primeless, the best way to get noticed and get contacted by potential clients online. We've built it as a very simple search engine with viral dynamics. So the earlier you join as a freelancer, the higher you start in our ranking system, and you can get bumped up the more client recommendations and page views you get. Now we're also working on referral system to grow this virality into the future. This is what it looks like, very simple product. You enter a skill, machine learning, a location. If you want a category, you get a listing, click on a profile. All of their online profiles, other freelancing websites aggregated there. There's one clear email me button. I'm not even signed in, and I get this. I send him an email, fully private. I don't see his email address until he responds back to me, so it protects his privacy. The profile is clean, aggregates everything, puts all the emphasis, about half of the page really, on human references. Because this is what really enhances the trust level, allows you to work with people online. So that's Primeless. Recommended independent professionals, allows you to contact and hire anyone freely. We've been running for just 30 days. We've had more than 150 recommended freelancers join in. They've aggregated upwards of 500 recommendations. And our cost of user acquisition has been going down steadily by 12% every week. Now we're growing the user base right now at 18% week on week. Pretty thrilled about this. And we think this user base is going to be extremely valuable and threatening to these players. And they're all large and they're all very acquisitive. Now that being said, we've prepared for monetization. We have multiple ideas that have strong potential. Premium services for serious freelancers and small agencies. If you want to bump yourself up the list artificially, you can pay a fee and get promoted. Job posts, if you're a recruiter and you want to reach more than one person at once, you can pay us and to circulate a job post, as well as advertising like you would get on any Yelp or Yellow Pages equivalent. We're the best team to see this through. We've freelanced our way through Cambridge. We've had to hire a lot of people, a lot of freelancers for our past startup, which we co-founded together, a government technology software, which we've turned into a cash flow positive business with a pretty impressive list of clients since the start of this program. So we're in the market for $200K, looking for giving out 10% equity. Our weekly growth target is 10%, which if we exponentiate into the future, we're looking at 50 million users in the next 5 years at a conversion rate of 0.5% just for the premium service, not even talking about job posts and advertising. We're looking at first quarter 2020 revenue of 6 million. Thank you so much for your time. This is Primeless. I'll be happy to talk to you afterwards. Thanks.
Hi everyone. We all love photography. Actually, I'm a passionate photographer myself, but I gotta ask you something. Have you ever hired a photographer before? Perhaps you were getting married and you wanted to portray love in all its essence. Maybe you wanted to capture moments that last for a lifetime. Or perhaps you wanted to have better photos for your products so that you could sell more for your e-commerce. Truth is, and if you've been there, you know it by now, that hiring a photographer, it's a very painful thing to do. And it's painful for both customers and photographers. Why? Customers find that there are way too many photographers out there and that it's very difficult to compare these people. Also, there's not a system or a tool that aggregates past reviews and feedback from these creative individuals and studios. Secondly, photographers are in a very competitive industry in which they're very much network dependent. Because of this, they struggle, and a lot, to convert online visitors into actual online sales. This is why we've created Fototea, a marketplace that makes it a breeze to discover, compare, and hire great local photographers and videographers on demand. We work as a reverse bidding platform, meaning that clients first upload their need of a project to Fototea and then receive quotes from a registered database of photographers and videographers. And we're doing this in Latin America, starting with Chile and expanding thereafter, once we've achieved sufficient product market fit. Why Latin America? Because it's a $15 billion market opportunity that we've already seen craves for our solution, as photography is the first non-IT category in Elance, and thousands of photography jobs are posted to less than ideal platforms such as Simply Hired, LinkedIn, and Mercado Jobs. Simply put, and for this, we are better because we're built from scratch for photography, we have a strong local presence and focus in our markets, and we don't take ownership over the created or uploaded content that goes through Fototea. Instead, we make money by taking a competitive commission out of each successful transaction, and we plan on selling premium packages to photographers in the short term. I haven't introduced myself. I am Paulo, a business consultant turned entrepreneur and the strategist behind Fototea. My business partner, co-founder, and best friend for the past 12 years is Miguel, a born-to-be marketer from Facebook. And our technical team, Andrea and Robert, were cornerstone in the development and scalability of world-renowned Open English. Not only that, we are advised by some of the very best individuals in the photography and business world. After getting to Startup Chile, we developed agreements with 10 photography schools in Chile and Spain, and after a lot of work, we launched our public beta, followed by a streamlined and A/B tested marketing campaign that has resulted in over 1,000 photographers sign-ins who have sent 2,000 quotes to more than 80 different projects in the past month. This sums up to about $80,000 worth of projects that are posted now in our platform. This has set us with the value to create an ambitious goal in the next 4 years to process 600,000 events worth around $600 million, and for that we are raising $250,000 so that we can take the first steps towards achieving a very specific set of goals and objectives for the next year. More than a fantastic product, we are a fantastic team. Join us in the democratization of photography. We are Fototea.
People trust people. When we arrive to a new city and we don't know what places to visit, when we want to know what cell phone we're going to purchase and we don't know if the iPhone will be better than the Samsung, what do? We read blogs, we watch videos, and then we know what to do and what to buy. We believe in the collective intelligence of millions of people that have shared their honest opinions to help us make multiple decisions, from what to eat tonight to how to raise our kids. But why do we believe in these people? Why do we trust them? At the heart of this collective intelligence is the influencer, a passionate and talented person that will help you change your mind on a specific subject due to his expertise and trustworthy opinion. Influencers are dramatically changing our life, and thus they are changing the marketing landscape, because 3 blogs are created every second. Social media marketing is a $5 billion industry growing 40% year to year, and 65% of marketers are already doing influence marketing. However, this exponential growth has revealed many challenges ahead. Marketers are struggling to find the perfect influencer. Influencers find it difficult to get amazing sponsorship opportunities that will let them live out of their passions. But even if they do find each other, doing business together is non-scalable and inefficient. Marketers and influencers live in separate worlds. They are disconnected. We're solving this with the Mid-Game, an online ecosystem that allows marketers and influencers to meet and do business together. We have built from the ground up a unique technology that allows influencers to extremely easy create a profile, connect all their websites and social networks, and displays their metrics of reach and engagement. And with their profile in the Mid-Game, they can get hired and apply to sponsorship opportunities that they would struggle to find before. On the other hand, Marketers can now launch and execute small to large influence marketing campaigns and gain access to invaluable campaign metrics during the process. We started with a revenue model of just 7% commission fee on transactions, and we are now beta testing premium services that we will roll out as a monthly subscription. We launched our MVP in October, and today we have a running business with over 1,000 registered influencers that have connected more than 2,400 social network accounts. And to put it in perspective, they can reach more than 83 million people worldwide. Marketers are already using the mid-game to find the perfect influencer. And our influencers have received already free hotel stays, complimentary products, and monetary compensation. Just last week, a Brazilian client spent more than $3,000 in the mid-game, finding 25 influential beauty bloggers ahead of their national launch in Colombia. This has been possible because of current growth. In the next 6 months, we will be able to have more than 6,000 registered influencers with an audience reach of more than 250 million people, and we expect to have more than $50,000 in revenue. Our success has been possible due to the power of our team. Carlos is our marketing samurai at the mid-game. He has more than 8 years of experience working with Fortune 500 companies, and he brings to the team his vast academic background as a master's in digital marketing from the United Kingdom. He was a pioneer of influence marketing, and he saw firsthand the challenges that this type of campaign brings. I'm Andres, alpha geek at the mid-game. I'm a serial entrepreneur and world-class software engineer that has had experience working in more than 11 countries, leading digital marketing teams for high-profile political campaigns. I also led influence marketing campaigns, and I saw firsthand and experienced the challenges associated with them. As Latin American entrepreneurs, we have faced many challenges and overcome them. We have seized and sought out every opportunity we have had, and we are on the verge of taking the mid-game to the next level. We are ready to bring it to Silicon Valley and make it a huge knockout success. Marketing will be dethroned by personal media, by influencers. And we at the mid-game will play a leading role in this historic moment. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniela, and I'm going to talk about babytuto.com. First, some quick stats referring to women and the global market. Did you know that women make an 80% of the total purchases? Women decide a 72% of the purchases on B2B and more than 60% on B2C? What about moms? Nearly 91% of moms use social media regularly and spend more double time online than the rest of the general populations. Moms are forming brand preference along the way, and we are there to guide them. As you can see, the baby market sales per year here in Chile is around $1 billion. So, who is taking care of this market? Us. BabyTuto focuses on women, specifically in digital moms between 20 and 40 years old that are either pregnant or raising their sons. We are the first online business that gathered together products, activities, and information for them. We save time and money for our clients, and we help merchants get in touch with customers, and we offer their products. We provide a platform to bring together the principal actors of this market, and we make the best of it. How do we tap this? We create meaningful and personalized experience for our clients through an hybrid platform. In one side, we have an e-commerce, and in the other side, we have a big community of parents and parents-to-be. So these activities, informations, tools, and products are customized for each client depending on the stage they are going through. How it works? Parents subscribe to a free weekly newsletter to receive these informations, recommended products, and activities of the baby stage of their specific week. How do we know that? Because at the moment of subscriptions, we ask them for the date of birth of their child or the date of the last menstruation. We use that information in different algorithms to know exactly what they want and what they need, and we send it to them. Then they buy, and we deliver their products to their home in 48 hours. How do we do that? We are really sure that part of our success is because of the logistics. So we have developed an internal logistics system to deliver more than 200 orders per day using Chile Express. What we get? Loyal customers that rely on us from the beginning of their path towards parenthood. We launched 1 year ago, just providing information. Then in October, we started selling, and these are the numbers that I would love to share with you. More than 75,000 subscriptions. More than $950,000 in gross sales. More than 8,000 customers. And more than 45,000 sold products. What's next? We are really sure that we're going to sell $2 million this year here in Chile. We are going to have 150,000 subscriptions, and we are going to open Colombia at the end of this year. The founding team consists of all high-level managers and founders of Grupo Latin America. We worked together for 3 years, building one of the biggest and fastest e-commerce worldwide. We complement each other, and we are living what our customers are going through. We are forming our families, we are becoming parents, and we are raising our kids. We care and we understand, and we are here to position Baby Tuto as one of the top 5 e-commerce companies in Latin America. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, I'm Rafa, and I'm here to talk to you about Diseña. In Diseña, we love design products made from Latin American designers. But we realize that for them, it's really, really hard to market, sell, and especially deliver the products they've sold through online or physical channels. And for us, design lovers, it's also hard to even find these products in Latin America from emerging Latin American designers. We believe this is a big, underrated problem that results in a fragmented market with a lot of value not being captured. Diseña is born to solve this problem as the place where you can discover and buy the best design products in Latin America with a unique shopping experience. And our goal is to become the reference for selling design products in the region. Our differentiation is based on 2 main values. First, our curated selection. Every product in Diseña is carefully selected by a dedicated team of curators with experience in design stores and art galleries. But where we have worked really, really hard is on the user experience, so our customers can get those great products at their place on time without problems. We work really, really hard so our customers can have a very visual, intuitive, and fun experience on any device and through the whole purchasing process. We're talking about a really big market. It's estimated, according to Comscore, that vertical for selling design products in the region is around $6 billion. And more interestingly is its growth rate at around 35% per year. In terms of the competition, we see an opportunity by positioning ourselves as giving a holistic approach on design, offering products from several categories with a curated selection. We know our competitors in Argentina and Brazil, but we firmly believe we have a differentiated value proposition. Our business model is that of a platform. We charge a fee on any transaction that goes through our website that's around 30%. We have consignment deals with most of our allies to keep a low working capital and focus those resources on customer acquisition, and we handle the inventory for fast shipping response. Our team is our greatest assets. Our backgrounds go from consulting to logistics to marketing to curators in several countries, including one here in Chile, and we've come a long way. We joined the Wide Acceleration Program last year. We launched our Venezuelan operation in July. By December, we had achieved almost $140,000 in revenue. Then in March, some of us came here to Chile, and we just launched our local operation at diseña.cl. Through this process, we've added several features for a better experience, including same-day delivery and a referral program for viral growth and gift wrapping. We've made alliances with more than 150 brands, a lot of them big and international like this one, but more importantly, with some of the best emerging design studios in the region that give us access to the broad selection of unique products that we can offer today. Some of our numbers, our average conversion rate is around 1.5%, our repeat customers at around 27%, our average delivery time is around 24 hours, and our customer satisfaction level is at 97%. But more importantly, and the one we're more proud of, is the emotional bond that we have created with our customers. That emotional bond that makes them share their products on their social networks and with their friends and makes them buy more and bring more customers. What's next? We're going to tap into the local market to prove that our model works in Chile while we source for more regional designers and we tackle international shipping. And for that, we're raising $200,000, which may be a little low for an e-commerce company, but we believe it's enough for fulfill the goals that we're having now and then go for a bigger round later. To sum up, validation, traction, and the team around the best design in Latin America. Thank you very much.
My name is Vinay, and I'm here to talk to you about Process Street. We all know processes are important. They're the foundation of the world's largest companies. Steve Jobs agrees, and this is why. Processes save companies time and money. They improve the quality of work, and they help companies grow and scale. There are three key types of processes in business. There's the creative process, things like R&D and innovation. There's highly repeatable, automatable processes, such as manufacturing and reporting. And then there's human-driven processes, highly repeatable but that require human interaction, things like accounting, law, human resources, and marketing. There are tons of products out there to service the creative and the automated processes, but there's a huge gap in the market when it comes to human-driven, repeatable processes. Most companies document their processes using printed manuals, Word documents, or company wikis. And if you've ever used a large company wiki, you'll know how frustrating it can be. It's a huge mess of information that can take more time to consume than to actually complete the task. I felt this pain in my last company. I searched for a solution and couldn't find one, so I teamed up with Cameron to build it ourselves. A little bit about us. This is my fourth internet company. I have a background in software recruitment, finance, and IT, and I was the youngest Cisco engineer in Australia when I was 16. Cameron's been programming since he was 14. He has a master's in DNA computing, and he's built multiple products from the ground up as a full-stack developer. Together, we created Process Street, a tool that sits between an enterprise content management and a project management platform. Process Street allows companies to not only design efficient processes, but also execute them effectively. Our unique design allows you to create documents broken down by task or step. Rich media can be added, such as videos and images, to build out the tasks. Documents can be created in seconds using keyboard shortcuts and drag and drop. Enterprise features such as document versioning, team and organization management, permission control, and an audit trail ensure your data is safe and secure. But our most powerful, unique selling point is the fact that our documents are actually interactive. Documents can be spun off into checklists, which can then be executed against. Teams can collaborate, working on multiple tasks simultaneously while managers track the progress across the organization. Other features such as nested checklists, pre-written email templates, and comments for conversations have allowed us to build a product that our customers love and have been searching for. Here you can see a tweet by Pete for someone he's been looking for a product like ours for over a year but wasn't able to find it. Our customers say they love us because our product is simple and easy to use, but building something that's simple and easy to use is harder than you might think, and that's where the magic comes in. We've come a long way since we started at Startup Chile. We came with just a basic MVP. Now we've had more than 3,000 companies sign up for our beta product, 17 of which are paying us on a monthly recurring basis, and 12 which we've acquired just in the last couple of months as our product started to mature. Plus, we're expecting more as we've just recently switched from a freemium to a trial model. But our biggest traction point to date is that we closed the product development team at H&R Block, which is a Fortune 1000 accounting firm in the States. Startup Chile is also using us moving forward for onboarding new startups. And we've also been in conversations with a number of other enterprises such as BP, HP, Procter & Gamble, and more. Our customers fall into the professional services space, either professional services companies or teams within larger enterprises, such as finance, IT, and HR. Our marketing's showing great results so far with month-to-month increase in traffic, users, and customers. And we have a solid strategy moving forward to attack our market, which sits between the enterprise content management and the project management space. Both multi-billion-dollar markets, both growing at double-digit figures fueled by SaaS products just like ours. We're really happy with where we've come so far. We have a real product in the market, companies using us every day to manage their critical business operations. We're excited to tackle the market opportunity moving forward. And we're in the process of raising money to do so. So if you want to talk to me further, you can reach me at vinay@process.st. Thank you very much.
Sure. All right. hello everyone. My name is Nikita Obedin, and I'm the CTO and founder of Lattice. So to give you a bit of a background about what we're building, we started this project with a very aesthetic premise. We believe that creators, people who develop and design products, should have the most immediate and close relationship to the canvas or product that they're working with as possible. We've had a lot of experience, my co-founder and I, working very closely with our products. Previously to this project, we pioneered a new type of polymer solar technology, which brought down the cost of solar technology through polymer design by 90%. But through the course of this project, we realized something very important, was that scientific software that we were using to build this product was broken. There were many problems with it. It wasn't just the horrible UI design that you see here in the static canvases that we were working with. In fact, the problem ran much deeper. It had to do with the fact that for every different type of analytics that we had to do, whether it was magnetic resonance or fluorescence or bioinformatics or whatever, we needed to buy a separate type of software. And you would think that there would be more people working in the space, considering how close computer science and regular science are, but there isn't. And not only that, but the cost becomes very prohibitive after a certain point. People working in research labs have to spend thousands of dollars each year on just software alone. We believe that we have the solution to this problem, and this is what we've been working with in Startup Chile for the past 6 months. We've implemented a two-step solution to this problem. On one hand, we have a core data repository where all of the data that researchers are using is stored in the cloud. At the same time, this links seamlessly to a chemical and biological data analysis canvas, where they can work with the data, do all the analytics that they need to, and the changes are automatically pushed back to the repository. Now imagine a researcher in the field at an institution such as the EPA, an ecological service, being able to push his data to the cloud from the field right away. Imagine a researcher in the bioinformatics department being able to work with all of his plasmid editing in one concrete software. Imagine having water monitors in various fields being able to push real-time data to our field. And not only that, but it's comprehensive. The potential for having hundreds of modules that are all working with data and being able to provide a singular interface for working with each different type of data, whether it's nuclear magnetic resonance, bioinformatics, ecological data, or real-time pushing of data from different water sources. The potential here is endless. Now, about our state in the project, in the last 2 months, we've had a very exciting time. We were able to sign on not one, but 3 new early clients. From Singularity University, a large anti-aging university in San Francisco, to MIT's synthetic biology lab, to the United States government through the EPA. We'll be working over the next few months with these clients to develop modules that are specifically targeted for the projects that they're working on. Our current revenue growth in September will start out at $15,000 per month from our early clients. Then we'll scale internally over the next year to begin reaching more researchers within these organizations, as well as that, once we have a comprehensive software that is able to accommodate more and more data, we'll be able to release it as a singular version and be able to scale to $150,000 in revenue by April of next year. It's a very ambitious goal, but I believe our team has the capability to do this. I hold several patents in the solar research field, and I've worked with quantum computation theory and solar technology for the past 3 years. My co-founder, Sebastian Zany, is an expert in set theory, and he's working on our back-end development. Our end goal is to revolutionize scientific computing by consolidating all these features into a singular software that can be used by anyone. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Felipe Cuadra, and I'm here to talk to you about RankMe. So business is now harder than ever before, and leaders are so very important because they're the main drivers of productivity and well-being at work. The sad truth is that most leaders suck. And you've all had the experience of actually running a team. You've all had the experience of hiring managers, and you know that knowing if someone is a good leader is a terribly difficult thing. Why? Because everybody lies. You can look at their resumes or LinkedIn profile, but they're not reliable. The current state of leadership assessment and development is not reliable, brings very little feedback, and offers no tools to improve. And it's mainly business-based. So what you have is that actual leaders cannot really own their data. They cannot even access it. This is what it looks like. Leadership development today looks like this. It's a 40-page report. Now imagine that you're an HR manager and you have to manage a team of 120 leaders. It's impossible to do any meaningful analysis with this. Any comparison across the managers in your company, it's very hard to accomplish. So that's why we created RankMe. We want to create an online platform for leadership assessment and development, and we're building it with real clients so we can make sure that it's user-friendly, affordable, and powerful. How it works? Leaders rate themselves, but they also get ratings from their team members. Using our own psychometric model, we can then use powerful analytics to score and quantify a manager's skill. And we can offer them a personalized development plan. And this is where we want to disrupt the market. Like, forget about the 40-page pen and paper report. What you could get is a personalized report that would enable individuals to actually grow their leadership potential and companies to get some very meaningful analytics and insight into their talent. How we want to do this? Well, leadership development is a very, very big market, but locally it's completely atomized. The big players are few and far between, and customer demand is growing. So we think we can offer a combination of low-price, high-impact tools that would enable individuals to grow their leadership and companies to access some quality tools for their talent management. Our plan is to target individual managers who want to grow their leadership skills, and our paying clients would be HR and recruiters who want to access this data. But in order to do this, we first have to develop the technological and psychometric base to make this a reality. And we're doing this now with a close pilot of 10 companies who are using our assessments to grow their talent and evaluate their leaders. So far, we had great feedback from clients. We're working with a close pilot of 10 companies, and we're making sales of over $35,000. And customer feedback has been very good. So we have a very good team of co-founders. Enrique has a lot of international management expertise, and he's participated in over 4 IPOs. Egon is our technical lead. He has a master's in computer science, and he helps us bring the tech to our tools. And I've worked in the HR consultancy field for a few years, head-to-head with real managers and organizations, so I know what they need. And our team of advisors includes some top academics like Tomás, who's an international authority in personality profiling and the VP of a very important psychometrics development firm, and Eduardo, who is a local expert in the HR management field, and Mike, who's helping us with the technical and business development of our business. We're looking for partners now. We want to improve our online platform. B2B is profitable, but it needs a lot of work to make it scalable. And we are going to need a lot of help with the B2C development and first initial experiences. And we're looking for investors like you. So we want to bring better leaders to the world, and we need your help to do it. So this is RankMe, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I look forward to talking to you afterwards. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, I'm Vineet Devaya. I'm the CEO and founder of TeleportMe. So when we started this company in 2010, the one thing that we saw as a trend was that mobile was going to completely disrupt the travel industry. More so because you're going to now have a computer that you're going to carry around as you travel across the world. And we kind of defined your travel experience in these 3 segments, which is the moments you share when you travel, the experiences that you have, like tours to museums and walking tours across the cities, and the people you meet, both locals as well as other travelers. Just to really get this whole experience, travel experience through, we started off with how do we capture just the moments when you're traveling, when you're going abroad, you're looking at great places. So we launched our first product, which is 360, which is an Instagram for panoramas. The idea of the panorama of the app is really simple. You take a panorama, you share it to a community, people like it, they comment, they follow you, and you build your user base that way. We have had great success with this product. We have close to about 7 billion downloads right now, about 70% registered users. We have the largest panorama sharing community in the world. We've been featured globally 3 times. We're one of the top 10 applications of 2013 on the Play Store. As you're speaking right now, we are featured in 29 countries. And just to give you kind of an idea of the kind of content that's shared, this is a panorama of the Vortex Trail in Maine. This is a panorama of Antarctica. I was there in December. A panorama underneath the ocean in Indonesia. Someone's doing scuba diving. A panorama of Mount Everest. These are panoramas, but I've kind of made them into images. And also, we had the official FIFA photographer who captured panoramas of stadiums when they were being built, when they were done, and also during games. This was featured. We had tons of engagement on that. This is kind of the world map of all our user base. So if you say, other than China, Amazon, and Africa, and Alaska, we've probably covered most of it. And we have a very, very strong community of users. So early this year, we took a step back and we thought, so we have built out this idea of taking a panorama, sharing it, capturing that moment when you're traveling. So we had to take a step back and say, all right, so this was what we started off with. So how do we now focus on the experience? The experience that you reach a foreign country, you want to do something, but you have no idea how to do it. And so we launched Trips. We call Trips as the Uber for tours and experiences. So let me just give you an idea of when a person lands in the top 3 hostels in Santiago and wants to do something, what does he see? He sees a board of things to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then he has to tell the receptionist to book for him. And these are the top 3 guys. So you can imagine how the smaller ones are. And if this is not good enough, then you can take from all of these pamphlets and then go in a foreign country in a language you don't speak and try to find an experience that is delightful. So we thought this was really bad. And so in the start of this year, we thought, OK, how do we make this really streamlined? So we launched a product called Trips. The initial product was user management and marketing product for tour operators. It was really, really simple. We created an easy photo sharing application for people who take a group tour. We added products that could, or features that could help these tour operators in Facebook marketing. And all of these combined showed great engagement and great visibility for these really small tour operators, giving them more than 200% in terms of branding and visibility and click-throughs to their website. Just to give you an example, one of our tour operators here gets about 350 visits a day, and we blew that up to 2,000 a day. And then once this product got really famous, we had close to about 50 customers, and I'm going to talk about that. We also provided an easy way for hostels and hotels to interact and book with tour operators. So if you now go to any of the hostels, well, it's not implemented yet, but it's easier to kind of send your customers to these tour operators. Your commissions are taken care of. It's really nice, very easy process. And from the user perspective, it's very simple. You check in either on the tour operator's phone, or you check in on the hostel website. In the hostel, when you're checking in, when you're getting in, and then you get, so instead of having the entire big board, you have this digital format, and you can just reserve, and you get an email confirmation. You go to the tour operator, you check in, their ID, everything is done, payment is processed. It's really, really simple. So how big is this market? Just to give you an example, is that it is almost twice the size of car rental. It's about $27 billion only in the US. So you can imagine how big it is across the world. So this has been a traction since we launched the product. We launched the product in January, and we had, through word of mouth, it kind of just grew. And Startup Chile happened. We came to Chile. One of the reasons why we came here was we could interact directly with people who are tour operators in a small city. It's very easy to build out a product. And so you can see the growth there. And last month, we closed a deal with Chile Sertour, which is the group that organizes all the tour operators and hostels in Santiago and in Chile. And now we are in all their hundreds of hostels and tour operators. So the next step, one is obviously to build an iOS app. We are primarily Android right now. Do the pilots with Chile Sertour and Cocha. Cocha is the biggest tour operator company in Chile. And this is going to take about 3 months to get this pilot done. Then integrating Trips with a 360 user base so that people can directly book, view, and interact with Trips within our product itself. and making it self-serve. Most of our clients right now need a little bit of hand-holding because the product is not ready yet. The customers are not tech-savvy. But the idea to make it self-serve so they can get in, log in, pay, use the product. And then introducing new markets. We're already talking to Vegas Tech, which is a firm in Vegas because they're also a small place, get there. And Dubai and Singapore because they have the Smart Cities program. This is my team. I'm Vineet. I sold my first company for $1 million at the age of 15. I studied at Cornell. We have a great team of people who handle different parts of the product, backend, iOS, Android, and product. We raised about $420K in September 12. These are our investors, 500 startups, Bill Gross from Idea Lab, Max Pellegrini, and Alessandro Piol, Great Oaks Venture Partners. We have about 50 to 60% still left in the bank. We are looking to raise about $1 million. And if you want, you can contact me or you can meet me in the cocktail or angel.co/teleportme. Thank you.
How would you feel if one of your loved ones was seriously ill, but you didn't have the money to pay for their treatment? You'd feel stressed and upset. That's how I felt when my grandfather Benito suffered with stomach cancer and later passed away. My family had to say no to treatments that could have saved his life because we could not afford the costly medical bills. If you can relate to this, you're not alone. 150 million people each year suffer severe financial hardship because they have to pay out of pocket for health services, and 100 million are pushed into poverty as a result. Our solution is People Pledge, a medical crowdfunding platform that helps individuals fundraise for their loved ones with an illness or disability to cover medical expenses. People can create an online fundraising page and share it via word of mouth and social networks to raise thousands of dollars in just 30 to 60 days. In the past, when families faced expensive medical bills, they dealt with this by foregoing the treatment, or going into debt, or running fundraising events. People Pledge is better because pledges can be made 24/7 from around the world. Fundraisers and supporters get more security, and more funds are raised because of our website's virality and convenience. People Pledge has 6 team members, including 2 developers, 1 UX UI expert, and 3 marketers. In 2013, we won the Pride of Australia medal, and we've been featured in newspapers, magazines, and TV. We have 4 advisors, including the co-founder of crowd lending platform Cumplo. For our business model, we charge an optional 5% fee for every transaction, which 90% of donors have paid. And in our first year of running People Pledge, we only focused on the Australian market. And we achieved $180,000 worth of pledges, a 97% gross margin, and over 1,800 paying users. We'll get better results in our second year, since we already have experience and we're expanding to the UK and US. UK has 3 times the population of Australia, while US has 14 times. If we assume similar results in these larger markets, then our projected revenues are $3.2 million worth of pledges and $160,000 worth of admin fees. During Startup Chile, we've grown from $40,000 worth of pledges when we applied to now $180,000, growth of 350%. Since just last month, we raised an additional $40,000 more pledges. We were recognized as one of the top 100 smart innovations of 2014, and we launched our US and UK websites. And now for something really exciting. Living here in Chile, we've appreciated Chilean culture and Chilean people, but we've realized that the same healthcare problems exist here too. So last week, we launched People Pledge Chile, the Chilean version of our website translated in Spanish. And we're currently running our first Chilean fundraising page for a Chilean mother and stroke patient named Sandra, who's raised over 870,000 pesos so far. This is just the beginning in building a global platform that gives people more choice and more access to quality medical care and gives people more hope. So we're excited to grow People Pledge so that we can help more of the 150 million struggling families worldwide.
Good morning. My name is Jonah Brotman, and I'm incredibly excited to be here today to share the story of Socotext. Socotext is a social enterprise based in Nairobi, Kenya, that addresses the key global issue of food insecurity with the ease of a text message. But first, let me start with a question. How many of you here have eaten an apple today? Or in the past week? Or in the past month? Come on, stretch your arms out a bit. It's been a long day. So pretty much everyone, right? Well, in Mathare, one of Nairobi's largest slums, we met many people who had never eaten an apple in their lifetime. This is really surprising because Kenya grows apples. Lots of them, in fact. They're available right next to the slum, nice and fresh, every day. And it's not that people don't like the taste. We've definitely proven that wrong. The real problem? They are simply far too expensive. I'm here today to tell you that food security is not about production or availability. The real issue is affordability. And as Evelyn, one of our customers, put it perfectly, my pocket speaks. How your pocket is how you have to eat. In sub-Saharan Africa, urban slum dwellers are currently spending up to 60% of their daily income on food. The average American, just 7%. And because their incomes are volatile, slum dwellers often settle for cheap but filling staples or end up skipping meals altogether. This is exactly why so few people are actually starving, yet hardly anyone is properly nourished. But we see an opportunity here. Vegetable sellers and kiosk owners are the gatekeepers to what people eat in slums. These micro-entrepreneurs, 90% of whom are female, face one distinct challenge, however. They cannot access wholesale pricing because they lack sufficient capital to buy in bulk. And in places as diverse and complex as slums, competition is high while trust is low. So working together is a real challenge. This is where we come in. Socotext is a B2B solution that creates a virtual buyer's cooperative using the simple power of text messages. Our mobile platform aggregates individual orders from kiosk owners each day, and then places a daily collectivized order to unlock wholesale prices for everyone in our network. Think Groupon meets Costco for the bottom of the pyramid. Our system is operational and actually quite simple. First, kiosk owners pre-order using their mobile phones each morning. Next, our backend system automatically aggregates all the orders and scrapes market prices from throughout Nairobi. Then, we purchase in bulk from farmer cooperatives located in the rural countrysides who deliver directly to our wholesale outlets located on the edges of the slums, where Socotext ladies, like Evelyn, come pick up their produce from their nearest outlet, seen here with our manager Isaac. And finally, Socotext ladies sell to their end consumers. Our primary revenue stream is a margin on all sales, a proven effective business model with a high volume bottom of the pyramid marketplace. But for us, it's not just about increasing sales or increasing margins, it's really about increasing livelihoods. So in our time in Startup Chile in the last few months, we've gotten 4 outlets operational in Nairobi with 155 Socotext ladies as active daily users. That lets us reach over 9,000 slum dwellers each day with fresh produce that's life-changing for them. We're also locally contextual and regionally scalable. For us, the really exciting thing that we want to announce today is that we're beginning our Latin American operations in Bogota, Colombia, starting next month. If you're interested in joining us on this adventure, I'd be glad to speak to you later. So finally, our team. Founded at the London School of Economics, which is one of the top social science institutions in the world, we've got 5 team members from 5 different countries and 5 different skill sets. But you don't need to take my word for how great we are. Take his. That's our team with former President Clinton at the Hult Prize Awards dinner, which is the largest student social enterprise competition in the world. Out of over 2,000 teams, we came in a very close second place for the $1 million grand prize. Unfortunately, it was $0 for second place, $1 million for first place. So, support Socotext and support a world where we can alleviate food insecurity with the ease of a text message. Thank you very much.
My name is Devin Baptiste, and I'm the founder and CEO of GroupRaise.com. We like to think of GroupRaise as the most delicious way to change the world. So what we do is we help charitable organizers like moms, sorority girls, cancer survivors, people like that, to organize meals at local restaurants who care. So they come to our site, they choose one of our restaurant partners, and they book a date. Then they invite all their friends and family out to eat with them. They have a really fun, simple social experience. And at the end of the night, the restaurant donates a percentage of the sales back to a charitable cause they care about. It's super simple, super delicious, and we believe really impactful. This is an example meal page that every organizer gets that they promote the event online. We take pages like this and we turn it into this, a packed restaurant. Our restaurant customers love the tangible nature of our product. They love seeing customers come into their locations, having a wonderful time, falling in love with their brand while watching the sales roll in. So some fun facts about group raise meals. Per 100 customers who goes to a group raise meal, 40% of them, it's their first time in the location. 82% spend more than average, and 96% are become return customers. And this is a huge, huge value proposition for our restaurants. And so we see our model as a proven model, and we're excited to scale that throughout the industry. So we started Group Raise in just one city, Houston, Texas, with just one restaurant, Mission Burrito. Since then, we've been able to go into 50 major cities across the US, and we've got 500 plus restaurant partners. And one of the partnerships I really like to talk about is our partnership with Jason's Deli. Jason's Deli is a national chain across the US with 200 plus locations. We've driven them over $500,000 in sales, mostly of which in the last 5 months. And the cool thing about that is for every dollar they spend on Group Raise, we get them $18.28 in sales and $7.22 in profit, which I think is insane. I wish there was a Group Raise for Group Raise because we'd make a lot of money. So these are the kinds of partnerships we're building throughout the industry. And I'm excited to announce today that last Tuesday, we just signed Cosi, which is a national chain across the US. They've got their operations in 16 states. So we're super excited about that, and we're rolling them out in the middle of August. So this is the team. We're also talking to 7 other major brands. It's a pretty crazy time, but I love it. Myself, Kevin, Paul, and Sean. So the best thing to know about our team is we've been able to take this really, really honestly simple idea and turn it into a national brand. And we're excited to continue to grow. 80,000. 80,000 is actually the number of people who've already eaten out at a Group Raise meal. We're excited by the end of 2015 to reach $10 million in revenue. And we're here today raising $500,000 to make that a reality. If you want to join us on the journey to change the world and make a profit in the process, I'd love to talk to you. Thanks so much. We're GroupRaise.com, the most delicious way to change the world. Thank you, guys.